Hey YouTube and OKC Thunder fans. Last night, the Thunder beat the Lakers 114-90. The game itself, well, it was pretty entertaining in the beginning, but then towards the end, it kind of was like, all right, we're going to win one out. But the difference maker in last night's game was Carmelo Anthony. Number 7, he was very efficient. He shot 10 out of 15, 27 points in 27 minutes. Russ and PG didn't have such a great night scoring-wise, but their defense was very good. They're still making plays. What I'm noticing is that for the Thunder to beat an okay team, one of them has to have it going. One of them has to have it going offensively. And for them to beat a better team, or a team that's comparable to them, 2 to 3 of them need to have it going. And for them to be the elite teams, all 3 have to have it going for the night. And that's going to be a challenge down the stretch, because having all 3 guys having it going on the same night, you can't predict that, you know? Guys have bad nights. So I understand they're all-stars and they need to not have bad nights, but it's difficult. It's a very difficult situation. The future of OKC definitely is on the shoulders of the big 3. And they're holding strong at seed 5. I think it's safe to say at this point that the Western Conference in the playoffs is going to be the Warriors, Houston, Spurs, Minnesota, and OKC. We're not sure yet what those other 3 spots are going to be, because the teams below them are pretty close in their records. But so we'll see what happens after the All-Star break. What do you all think about trades? Do you think that OKC should make a trade before the deadline? And if so, who do you think they should trade and for who? I'm not sure about this. I don't usually like trades happening during the season. I definitely don't think that they should trade Paul George right now. It seems like the 3 of them are clicking, and Sam Presti worked so hard to get him there, and he was the reason why Melo came, so I'm just not sure that that would be the best option right now. I think that they should ride it out with him and the big 3. And then if it's not Paul George, what other players could they really trade for? I don't know who else really has the value that they would receive something for that would make a difference on their squad right now. The second unit is still having issues. And you see these glimmers of hope where you're like, Felton is making all of these plays. Okay, he's giving you the ball. There you go. Do something with it. I feel like Felton obviously is not the problem. These guys are just not clicking with each other, or they're getting nervous, or they're getting intimidated, whatever it is. They're taking bad shots. How about that play from T. Ferg where he jumped into the stands there to grab one of the balls? That was awesome. I was like, yes, he knows what it takes. This guy is working hard every single day. T. Ferg's gonna be all right. I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about the other guys, the other dudes on the bench. Abrina's, like, I don't know what happened to this dude. He was shooting threes. He was driving to the basket. Now all of a sudden, it's like he doesn't know how to play. I don't know. I don't know what's up with this guy. On the Lakers side of things, so they didn't have Lonzo Ball tonight, or last night. I guess you could say it wasn't a fair win. Please. I don't think he would have made much of the difference, but, my Lakers fans out here who I'm friends with, they talk about this kid like he's a demigod, which is ridiculous. I don't think he's done enough yet for us to be swooning over him, but he will be a very good player in the NBA. I think it is safe to say that much if he can stay away from the three-ring circus that is his family. We all see what happens to these guys once the media sinks their fangs into them, and once they get too involved with the drama, it does not end well. So if he can stay away from all that extracurricular that is going on with his family, then Lonzo Ball will be all right. But who else does the Lakers have? They don't have enough talent on their team. I think it's safe to say that. But they're the Lakers, and they'll always be the Lakers. It's the same as the Knicks, really. When you have these big market teams, there's a lot of hype around them, regardless of who is on them. And the media is always going to hype them up and whatever. But the Lakers don't have enough talent. This offseason, I think that they're going to focus very heavily on recruiting whoever they can to go over there and to make them a competitor again. So that's something to look out for. They have a few pieces. Lusma, he has been very good. Actually, Paul Pierce made a good comment last night, and he played in the league for a long time, so I respect him a great deal. He was saying what the Lakers should do is, if they can't get any of these stars over there and make them an instant competitor, then they're a young team. Just allow guys to grow together. It's not a bad thought. I'm not really sure how long that would take, but he mentioned the Celtics, and the Celtics are a competitor now, and a couple of years ago, they were a very young team with a very young coach, and they put in some work, so it might not be that far away if they can really put in the work with the young guys, maybe get some vets on the team who can kind of be the anchor for them, and make them more competitive. So, look, it's the Lakers. They're going to be all right. People always want to play in LA just for the fact that it's LA. So, it was funny though, Jalen's out of control. Jalen Rose was like, yeah, well, the Lakers are the varsity team and the Clippers are the JV team. I was like, oh, shit. He's right though. Whatever, he's right. I don't know, have you guys all seen the drama going on with the Clippers and the Rockets the other night? Here's my thing, and this is where you can see just how messed up the media is and why they jump to conclusions. So there was this report that after the Houston and Clippers game that a few of the Houston players went through this secret passageway to get into the Clippers locker room. And the NBA decided that Ariza and Gerald Green were going to be suspended 2 games because of doing that. But the early reports said that CP3 was the one who basically, whose idea it was, who showed them where the secret passageway was, and it was him and James Harden, as well as Ariza, Capella, and so I'm just, so then right after that happens, the analysts are saying, well, I watched Stephen A, and he was talking about CP3 is responsible for this, he's the president of the Players Association, he shouldn't be doing things like that, that's not a good look, they really went in on Chris Paul, and I'm just like, now it's coming out that he really was the peacemaker in the whole thing. Wow. Wow. Why are we talking without even knowing the facts? And now you're making this guy look bad for no reason. I mean, he didn't even get fined or get suspended. So clearly, they said they interviewed 20 people that were there, and they all said that he was not being aggressive. He was trying to calm everyone down. That's the thing. That's the thing with the media. You have to be careful, and you have to be careful with who you listen to as well. Like, take everything with a grain of salt. I learned that years ago, especially when Melo was in New York. Oh, man. Let me tell you something. They are still using his name on the papers out here. They're still putting his name in the New York Post. They're still putting his name in the New York Times. Carmelo Anthony is not the problem for the Knicks anymore. No kidding me. He hasn't been on the team in months. But they're still using his name out here. Like, they're associating Carmelo Anthony with the reason why the Knicks suck. The Knicks don't suck because of Carmelo Anthony, and they didn't suck because of Carmelo Anthony. They sucked because they had no freaking talent other than him, and because Dolan is cuckoo. I don't know. Like, that's why the Knicks suck. So yeah, you gotta be careful with the media. You have to be careful with what you hear, what you read, what you see, because they'll do anything to get viewers, I'm telling you. But, yeah, definitely comment and let me know who you think OKC should try to trade for, or what piece they can unload and get something for, or if you think they should wait until closer to the playoffs and try to get like a 10-day contract for someone to help out down the stretch. That's also another option for them. All right, guys. Well, I will see you next time. Have a good day. And as always, thunder up.